Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to all my pupils. So today we are going to do a writing task. Can you please turn to page 130 of your textbook? So on page 130, there, there is a note up there. Okay, essay, writing long sentences. Short sentences are easy for the reader to follow. Good writing, however, normally has a mixture of short and longer sentences. Essay yang bagus biasanya perlu ada gabungan ayat pendek dan ayat panjang, so that the reader isn't interrupted too often by full stop. Supaya pembaca tidak terganggu dengan tanda noktah yang kerap. Longer sentences usually contain more than one idea. Ayat yang lebih panjang mengandungi lebih daripada satu idea. So you need to be able to use words and phrases to link them together. Jadi kamu perlu tahu bagaimana untuk menggunakan ayat dan frasa dengan menyambungkan mereka. So in your exam, you need to use conjunction, connectors, kata penghubung, such as first of all, firstly, secondly, thirdly, next, furthermore, in addition, besides, okay, in addition, finally, in contrast, okay, because if you use these linkers, kata penghubung, okay, you will get higher marks. Okay, okay, now let's take a look at task 1. Look at 3 ways of linking contrasting ideas and use them to join the two sentences below. Write the sentences in your notebook. Okay, so the question is, Chinese is a difficult language. Many people are learning Chinese. So you need to combine, okay, these two sentences in yellow shade, okay, by following the way how, okay, it is combined, okay, in sentence A, sentence B, and sentence C. So I have prepared the answers for you here. Okay, there is the question up there. Chinese is a difficult language. Many people are learning Chinese. So this is the answer. Inilah jawapannya. Although Chinese is a difficult language, many people are learning it. Okay, even though Chinese is a difficult language, many people are learning it. Same, in spite of means biarpun, walaupun. Okay, so you see that I have constructed the answers for you based on uh, the requirement of the question in task 1. Okay, next we move on to task B, still on page 130. The question is, many Danish people speak English. Ramai orang Denmark bercakap bahasa Inggeris. Many Danish people speak German as well. Mereka juga bercakap bahasa Jerman juga. Okay, so I have combined, okay, these two sentences by using as well as English. Many Danish people also speak German. Another way is Danish people not only speak English, but they also speak German. So you don't have to worry because I will send you the answer. But if you want to copy the answers here, you may pause this video for a while and screenshot the answers. Okay, for task 1 here, you can pause this video and screenshot. And for question number 2, okay, you can pause and screenshot here. Okay, got it? Okay, next we move on to task 3. Okay, task 3 down here. Okay, read this writing task and underline what you have to give your opinion about. Okay. Okay, essay. Okay, do you think staying in another country and experiencing its language and culture adds to a young person's education? So this is the opinion that you need to share, okay, with your reader. Why not? or why. Provide specific reason and example to support your opinion. Sila bagi sebab dan contoh untuk menyokong pendapat anda. Adakah tinggal di negara asing dan mempelajari bahasa dan budaya akan membantu remaja itu dalam pendidikannya? Okay. So I have underlined the answer to question 3 on page 130. Okay, next one, task 4. Now read these two opening paragraphs written in answer to the task in 3. Which one correctly answer the task question? What is the writer's opinion? So there are two options. You need to choose the correct opening paragraph. Okay, here it is given that the answer is B. B is the better opening paragraph, adalah perenggan pembukaan yang lebih baik untuk esei yang akan ditulis nanti. Why? Okay, opening paragraph B is correct, betul, B itu betul. The writer's opinion is that experiencing other cultures open young people's mind to new ideas. Okay, kalau itu pendapat penulis di mana bila kita mempelajari, mengalami bahasa budaya orang lain, negara lain, ia akan membuka minda kita terhadap idea-idea yang baru. Okay, so you read paragraph B here and you know the reason behind why the writer choose B as the correct answer. Okay, now let's take a look at task 5. Okay, task 5 here. Now read the rest of the essay and answer the questions below. Okay, as we read, we are going to answer the questions given there. Okay, first of all, pertama sekali, living with a family in another country gives you a chance to understand and appreciate a different way of life. Tinggal dengan keluarga angkat di luar negara memberikan anda peluang untuk memahami dan menghargai kehidupan yang berbeza, as well as learning about everyday things such as what and how people eat. Selain daripada belajar cara tabiat harian mereka seperti apa dan bagaimana mereka makan, pelajar juga akan mengalami perkara-perkara yang mereka belum pernah lihat dan dengar di negara asal mereka. The way parents and children behave with each other, for instance, could be different. Cara ibu bapa dan anak-anak berkelakuan antara satu sama lain mungkin berbeza dari di Malaysia. Moreover, although young people cannot be expected to learn another language in a few weeks, walaupun remaja tidak diharapkan boleh belajar bahasa asing dalam beberapa minggu saja, they are bound to absorb some of it during their stay. Tapi mereka boleh menyerap beberapa perkataan, ayat yang ringkas masa tinggal di sana. Sebagai contoh, dengan menonton televisyen dan melihat tanda jalan, street sign, papan tanda di jalan. To sum up mean kesimpulan. To sum up, living in another country is a very real way for students to learn about the world. Tinggal di negara asing adalah cara sebenar untuk belajar tentang dunia yang baru lain. This new knowledge, pengetahuan baru ini, will not only enrich their own life, bukan sahaja dapat memperkayakan diri mereka sendiri, tetapi juga the life of the people they share it with when they return home. Tapi juga dengan orang lain yang mereka kongsi bila mereka balik ke negara asal. Okay, question 1. Underline the specific reasons the writer gives to support their opinion. So you can see two lines, in this text, in paragraph 1, in line 1, paragraph 1, and line 2, paragraph 2. So these two are the specific reasons the writer gives to support their opinions. Next one, number 2, the writing task asks for examples. How many does the writer give? The answer here is 3. You may find the 3 examples later. Number 3. What phrases are used to introduce the examples? Apakah frasa yang digunakan untuk memperkenalkan contoh? Jadi jawapannya such as, for instance, for example. So please use these three phrases when you want to introduce example in your essay. Okay. Number 4, highlight any of the linking words, kata penghubung from question 1 and 2 that the writer uses. Has the writer used them correctly? Yes. So the linking words from question 1 and 2 are as well as. Okay. Also. Okay. Line 2, paragraph 1, as well as line 3 also. Paragraph 2, line 1, although. Okay, line 4, will only, but also. Okay, so the linking words or connectors have been highlighted. And lastly, question number 5, what words or phrases does the writer use to link each paragraph to the previous one? Apakah perkataan yang digunakan oleh penulis untuk menghubungkan setiap perenggan daripada perenggan pertama ke perenggan yang kedua? The answer is first of all, pertama sekali, moreover, tambahan pula, to sum up. Tiga ni. Okay, next task 6 which you have to answer in the Google form provided below. Read the short text on studying abroad. Baca teks tentang belajar di luar negara and use these words and phrases. Gunakan frasa dan ayat di bawah untuk menyambungkan perenggan dan ayat-ayat. So please answer the question in the Google form. So that's all for now. All the best and enjoy your day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.